Hey, well, come back to my Sports Nation channel today about this video. Wondering how on earth could have a superstar made it, and of all things, what should have been so different about them compared to the others? It might be called philosophically inclined or thought-based originality. To an extent, skill will open doors of success. Now the real query is, what keeps him inside? Now we are going deeper than the player. Replica of perseverance, focus, and leader for A'ja Wilson. Well, it is more than miraculous. A once timid girl from South Carolina could transform herself into one of the arguably unstoppable forces in professional basketball. This is more than just a sports story. It is actually a life story that carries lessons for all, and it probably plays out in every kind of circumstance in life, when maybe trying to better oneself in sports, grades, work, or just personal improvement. A'ja Wilson learned on how to live her life from living it real. A'ja Riyad Wilson, as she popularly goes, was born from a great loving family on August 8, 1996, here in Columbia, South Carolina. It was born from her rearing to have good, strong family values, faith, education, and hard work values. His father, Roscoe Wilson, was formerly a professional basketball player internationally, while his mother, named Eva, played the role of A'ja's biggest supporter and dedicated all her life into promoting A'ja's interest within the family. Fun fact, basketball was not even the first love of A'ja. It sounds believable that organized, competitive basketball was introduced to her at the age of 13. To look upon the so-called sporting world, which profile children at around the age of 10, even up to that very late stage in her average life. But that late start, as everyone does, suddenly brought flame against odds inside her. This is why it is said that it's really never too late to start chasing your dreams, if you mean it, and have the guts and the determination to see it through. In the very beginning, she just an awkwardly tall teenage girl trying to learn how to run and jump and move on a court. But what A'ja had that most others did not was a work ethic marked by quiet confidence. I think she recognized that she was kind of behind, so she just put in the work, A'ja says. A'ja had outworked everyone, stayed back, went through film, practiced footwork, timing, and shooting mechanics every day, chipping away at the distance between her and her older, more experienced counterparts. And slowly but surely, she began to rise above them as their skill set was starting to make its way out. The relentless effort was backing up her unique talent. By the time she got to high school, however, she was already in her element on that court. Heathwood Hall Episcopal School A'ja woke up with more than 35 points and 15 rebounds per game average to her credit. Just like that, the girl who started to play basket that late became the #1 high school recruit in the entire nation. After continuous success, A'ja is now a household name, truly deserving of it. Entering South Carolina to be coached under the likes of Dawn Staley, this decision became a major turning point in A'ja's life. While most recruits wanted to bask in the glory of powerhouse programs, A'ja chose to stay in her backyard. It was definitely very important for her to see if she could build something in her backyard, and she did. Aided South Carolina to become a household name in women's college basketball. With so many memories, A'ja Wilson's walks have been filled with SEC titles, a national championship in 2017, and this, just a couple of added miles to the path already covered, makes a great career. That's when Coach Dawn Staley comes into play, a unique character of the tale, truly deserving of credit for inspiring A'ja's leadership. Beyond that, not only on the court did Coach Staley instill values in her, the ability to communicate, to lead by example, and above all, to exhibit humility and grace in everything. Being great just wasn't good enough. If you could be great on the court, but also be expected to be great in the locker room, in class, and in your community along with that, in great esteem, McIntosh glorified it and fitted very well into his game. Coach Staley imparted to A'ja some life lessons, which she absorbed. At the conclusion of her senior year, she became the all-time leading scorer in South Carolina history, and her number was retired before she graduated. Rare respect. And that's what she earned. In 2018, A'ja was the #1 overall pick of the Las Vegas Aces in the WNBA draft. From college to pro is hardly an easy transition, and stood steady in her making an inroad toward it in the same way she'd gone to the limit into wherever she has reached. Up there, she was among the very best on the WNBA, and quite a few of these had had long stints at this highest level. But well, A'ja announced her arrival, the Rookie of the Year in 2018, with averages of 20.7 points and 8 rebounds per game. Faring far better than just surviving, she was thriving in that league. And still, it is not over. Aja's game increased even further from there. She won her first WNBA MVP in 2020, and the margins of superiority cut out during a COVID-19 season that created much downtime for others. Her second MVP in 2022 put her smack on the face of the league. But for Aja, the greatest milestone arrived in 2022 when she propelled the Las Vegas Aces to her season's first WNBA championship victory. The tears, the joy, the fight to get there. There, Aja Wilson was not a star, she was a champion. Aja Wilson is great mainly because of her impact off the court, exerting her strong voice within the WNBA's social justice campaign concerning mental health issues, social pressure that comes with the limelight, and the challenges as a Black woman in sports. She really celebrates to the full her deep aspirations for using her platform to enlighten others. This pure empowerment vision turned Aja from what many would have viewed as her weakness into greatest strength, an opportunity to enlighten, uplift, and inspire. The Aja Wilson Foundation was incorporated in 2019 to serve children and families suffering from that form of learning deficiency with which she was diagnosed in her early years, dyslexia. Besides this, she has always empowered and uplifted girls under the aegis of a gender-responsive policy, a launchpad for providing enabling platforms for their development in sport. A project of influencing sport development on gender equity should therefore be raising the various platforms that women can use. Therefore, Aja has come out and spoke for herself to let the world know the difference in pay between women's and men's basketball. All this just happens to a little extent of how mad she can get toward pursuing the other things to gain respect and appreciation from the whole universe for women athletes. But she does this gracefully, strongly, and clearly. She knows how to use her voice power wisely. Pick things up late. The very first instance that Aja held a basketball in her hands. She wasn't even a teenager, but certainly felt the warmth of that round leather object. But she was lucky because, when she decided to make up for all that lost time, it was basically through hard work, sacrifice, and dedication to fill up that lost time. Second, it begs to teach humility as a virtue. She is under the brightest lights, but remains humble. She credits everyone to her team just like everybody else on the team. She lifts other people up. No single person achieves success. Final point, and perhaps most critical, is resilience. Aja will never be broken by critics, injuries, stress, and setbacks because all these will only make her come back stronger without any excuse. The above may perhaps be the most crucial teaching of all. Leadership. Aja Wilson is that type of leader. The world needs people like her who lead with empathy, with strength, with courage, and vision. She is about making change and not just winning the game. So if you've not been clued in by now as to how best to level up in your life, pick some cues from Aja's playbook. Be loyal, be coachable, confront your challenges, don't be afraid to fail. It's part of the process. Show up every day with an intention, even when you're fatigued and it appears things aren't going your way. And by all means, keep growing, because nobody is born great. Greatness is earned. There is so much to learn from Aja Wilson's history. You can come from anywhere, start at any time, and still rise to the very top, if you feel like it. Aja Wilson's journey proves that greatness isn't about where you start, it's about how far you're willing to go. From late bloomer to league MVP, from overlooked to undeniable, she's built her legacy brick by brick, with hard work, heart, and hustle. So whatever your dream is, remember this: it's not too late, you're not too far behind, and your moment is still waiting. But you've got to earn it. If this story inspired you, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button for more stories of greatness, and drop a comment below telling us what you're grinding for, because one day your story might just inspire someone else. Thanks for watching, and keep chasing your greatness.